This week we have new Ram CEO Tim Kuniskis saying they're not a real truck company unless they do this one thing. Here's what's going on the Hemi. Here's what we need to do. And he was an anti-truck guy. He's been saying a lot this week. We also have details on California belonging to Trump. Well, basically. And then we have a Toyota Tundra recall information on the engine as far as warranty, and a lot more details going on in the pickup truck world. Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. Welcome to the Truck News Recap, first of the year, which is crazy. It's January 17th, the first one I've done. Just things have happened this year. So in these weekly shows, if you're new to the channel and guessing by the views and sub count lately, you just might be. I put together a collection of different stories and things you missed throughout the week because I'm always involved in stuff and you may not be. So sit back, pop top, put a little something in your coffee when you 2 in the morning. Let's go ahead and hop to these topics. So my news feed this week has been blowing up with this guy. Tim Kuniskis is back. He's back again as the Ram CEO, and he has said a lot this week. And I could have written 6 stories, and I just was like, okay, what's the main story here? So we have a couple things. First of all, he said, yes, he likes the Hemi. Obviously, he did the Hellcat stuff with the Dodge. He can't bring it back just right away. Can't, by the flick of his fingers, bring it back because the supplier has moved on. Okay, so suppliers move on to the projects. He'd have to go back at the supplier going again. The engine does fit in the engine bay of the new Ram 1500. I'm talking about the Hemi engine still fits in the 2025 Ram 1500. That's not changed. But he's got 2 things. First, suppliers got to get back in line. They have to go e-torque. I know you guys don't love the hybrid system, the mild hybrid system, but that's what they have to do because they don't sell cars that well. They don't meet emission standards really well, and their CAFE numbers are all screwed up. So they have to have something to get that truck to not cost them money in fines. Then he's got to get the electrical architecture of that truck ready to go with the Hemi in it. Right now, that truck's designed for the Pentastar and the Hurricane engines. So now they got to take that Hemi, rework it to work with the electronics in the truck, which means adaptive cruise control, which means the transmission shifting, which means the drive modes, which means, and you do all that stuff in the lab. Then you go to the real world and test it. Then you spend a lot of time testing it. Then you got to get to the supplier going. So it would take time to come back. So but he didn't rule it out. He also said they are not a real truck company. Ram is not, unless they get a mid-sized truck and compete with the Toyota Tacoma. That's his point. He said, trucks have gotten really expensive. Yeah, you're the CEO of Ram. Can't you do something about that? Apparently not. So what he said was he wants a good, inexpensive mid-sized truck to compete with the Toyota Tacoma because they lost the Ram Classic, so he doesn't have that cheaper model he can put out there and drive volume with. So he wants to get something out there in mid-sized truck and bring it to marketplace. Then the last thing he said, I just saw this 6 hours ago on Road and Track. Here's his quote. I used to be the anti-truck guy, Kuniskis told Road and Track. It wasn't like I didn't like trucks, but trucks just weren't for me. And the reason they're not for me, and I'm going back a long time, I didn't like the look of them. I hated the handling of them. I didn't see the need for them unless you're actually using the bed for purpose of the truck. Okay, so apparently that's why he was big on the TRX and big on the RHO, because he wants performance models and he wants sports cars of trucks. I kind of like the RHO, so I'm having a lot of fun with it, even though it's a neuter TRX. I know. Oh my God, it's neuter TRX. Yeah, well, you know what? It's quick, it's fast, it's fun. All right, so that's what's going on with the Ram CEO. So what did we learn? He likes to talk. And apparently I needed to be Detroit Auto Show because he had a lot of things to say. And everybody's making these articles. Every day there's an article popping up. It's just crazy. Moving on from him, we have on the website, pickuptrucktalk.com. I did some stories here. And apparently Harbor Freight's got tool sales. We have a couple things going on here. We have NHTSA begins a GM 6.2-liter V8 engine failure probe. They're probing 870,000 trucks because they had 34 confirmed trucks that had lost motive power, which is terminology that says it won't move forward. Well, I guess they just be so nerdy about it. So the engine fails, you can't move forward. Well, duh. And the owners had said there's no known calling card for this. We didn't experience anything but tell us it was going to fail. It just failed. Engine failed. And they've had several early reports of engine failings as well. So launching a probe. Typically, these probes last about a year or two, and they force GM to do a recall. They figure out what the part is. It's kind of what happens. California withdrew its Advanced Clean Fleet EV mandate waiver. Now, this is a video we put out last month. Yeah, just last month. Talked to some experts about this. There's a lot of changes coming in next year. Starting in 2025, fleets had to start buying zero emission vehicles. They're starting to ramp that up to be like by 2035, I think it was, had to be all zero emission vehicles. Look, RV industry was really concerned about this. People were concerned about registering their trucks in California, even though they lived in a different state. And then companies that operate in California but are headquarters elsewhere were still going to be under this mandate because you operated more time in California. They had it. I mean, you talk about every loophole you guys could think of. California legislatures, I got to give them props. They thought of every loophole. It was just crazy. I was like, oh, you just did. Oh, you could do that. Oh, you did. Nope. And there was like dot, dot, dot. Like they were hammering it down. So they applied for a special waiver to get this permission to do the advanced clean trucks from the EPA. And the EPA was kind of muddling around. Didn't say anything. They did give them a waiver that they've done for the last like 30 years for their own carb emission standards. It's been that way for years. California has a really unique landscape. They get the mountains, they get the ocean, they got people in the middle, and people get lots of cancer. So give them that. That's fine. Whatever. That's been the way it's going to be. But they wanted to go further beyond that, and they said, and basically EPA said, didn't say anything. Didn't say yes, didn't say no. Biden leaves office a couple days. New team comes in, new EPA administrator, and California was like, this is not getting done. So they pulled the waiver, going back to what they had previously, which is a big sigh of relief for a lot of diesel owners in California. It was going to get crazy out there. And I think the unfortunate part of the whole deal is if there was a zero emissions vehicle choice, whether it be hydrogen, whether it be battery electric, whether it be seawater, whatever it's got to be, whether it be fairy farts, I don't know. If there was a easy solution that was cheap, efficient, and would save not only the company money, but it would save people from breathing in harmful pollutants like smog, I think any business would say, yeah, I spend less money, I get better reliability, I don't have to work on a diesel anymore, and I have better fuel economy, and it's more efficient. Yeah, our businesses would be all in that because that's besides payroll, fuel is a huge expense for those guys. So until we get to that where it's a no-brainer solution, it's not gonna change. And as much as people want clean air, we all want clean air and clean water, there's a price to pay for that, and everybody's got a different idea in their head what that price is. Nobody wants to go back to 1970s Pittsburgh. Nobody wants to see Beijing during Olympic Games again, where it's all clouded over. I want clean air. One of those things. All right, so that was the bigger news there. And basically, it was like Trump's coming in office. They don't see anything done with that deal. Moving along to, what did I say? Oh, the Toyota engine recall. So I didn't actually get this written up. I farted around today. Sorry. So the question came up on tundras.com. People asked me, they said, hey, what's the recall being done with the engine, right? So the 100,000 Tundra and Sequoias are being engine replaced. When that gets done, what's the warranty on that? Are they doing another 6-year, 7-year warranty on that? What's going to be on this new engine, this new crate engine going in? So the comment from Amanda Roark, I think is what I'm saying, communication manager for Toyota. There's no change to powertrain warranty because of the recall. It remains at 5 years, 6,000 miles for Tundra, and 6 years, 70,000 miles for LX. Isn't it interesting? Lexus has a longer warranty than the Toyota does. I didn't know that one. I guess it's not Sequoia. It's Lexus LX and Toyota Tundra. I apologize. The recall repair also comes with a standard service repair warranty of 12 months, unlimited miles. These two warranties work together, and the customer is covered by whichever is longer. So you get 12 months, basically, on a standard service repair on the truck. It doesn't get extended. There was a lot of grumpy people when I said that on the forum. Moving on to the YouTube channel, what actually happened this last week? I drove home in a snowstorm. That's what happened. So I'm going down to the last truck news recap, which is going to be a while now. Let me go back. Wow, there's a lot going on. So, here, that was the last one, was 4 weeks ago. So Buick Avenir went live. The Honda Nissan merger is happening. Although a curveball with that today, Honda wants Nissan to buy all its shares back from Renault. I don't think they got the money to do that. And let's see, Jill has the VW Buzz, which is cool. My wife and I bought a new Ranger Lariat. She actually done the road trip right now with that, doing some coverage on fuel economy with that. We just put running boards on it. I got a new camera to go on that. I got details coming on that one. We have the Kia Sorento and the Lexus RX, a couple of reviews. I talked about some new trucks coming in 2026, kind of theorized what's out there. Did some research. There's that. We had most 2024 automaker by recalls, and it wasn't Ford. I'm just gonna say it wasn't Ford. Kind of shocking. I did the 2024 Q4 sales results are in, and all the sales numbers. Then I talked about how much my monthly payment is going to be on the Ram RHO, and it's cheap, guys. Yeah, cheap. Woo. Then we had I kind of a frustrating day. People were commenting below on this video about Rams going under, all this kind of BS, and I kind of got mad about it. So I did a. If you want to see Tim get mad, here video right here. Automakers are lying about sales. Dealership lots are filling up, and that's a good thing. And I swear to God, I did this video, and like a couple days later, the video pops up from another outlet that the 2025 truck. What do you say? The market truck market car crashes. It's going to crash. It's crashing right now. Car market trash. Truck market crashes. Time for a little something in my drink. So it's like, and that thing got like 1.1 million views in the first 2 days. Just so frustrating. So it's all lies. Then we had the new Ram heavy duty trucks walk around with chief engineer. I have some different details on that. Him and I were talking today on a video that there's gonna be a video going live tomorrow. You want to watch, but we're gonna have more on this Cummins. There's some questions you guys asked, and him and I are kind of doing our own research separately. We're gonna come back to this, so especially with the lifters. You guys asked a question about lifters. We're gonna get back to the details. He saw it, I saw it. We're working on it. We want to make sure. We don't want to just say yes or no. We want to get real information out to you guys. It makes sense to put in a video. And it seems weird to talk to him about that, but I really want a good product for you guys to see, or as far as a video. I want to have information, and he wasn't quite ready with that yet. He was wanting to go back to comments, talk to them about more stuff. So in the future, there will be another video on that, and we'll explain some of the stuff going at lifters. And then we had first looks in person. That's what I did when I flew to Michigan. I did the RHO, what I bought. Boom. It's so much fun, guys. Miles per mile, though. 11 miles per gallon. Yeah, 11. Okay. Let's see. Sportsman X2 570. I did the four-wheeler. Then we had the snowstorm that I got stuck in Ardmore, Oklahoma. I did my walk around the front undercarriage. That was a really cool opportunity with XPEL. I did 5 good things, 5 bad things. I had some questions on the regular cruise control. So I followed that with another video about how certain Ram trucks that have the level 2 hands-free driving lose cruise control, regular cruise control. They only have adaptive cruise control. And I will tell you that the TikTok crowd, I did a little snippet on that for those guys, and they're absolutely losing their mind on all the experts who are saying, if there's a drop of snow on the ground, you cannot use cruise control at all. Well, guys, I live in the north. Like, we use it in the winter. Conditions aren't always great. And adaptive cruise control doesn't always work because lane lines are covered, or your sensors are frozen over, or things happen. And so not to have cruise control kind of is frustrating to me. I drove a 70 Series Toyota Land Cruiser truck. Check that out. That thing was badass. It really was badass. Kia Carnival review went live with the changes, and then the Mercedes-Benz wagon. And I said, why don't you guys have any love for wagons? And look at this, 841 views. So you have no love for wagons. I don't know why. I don't know. It was kind of cool. It was interesting. Devil wagon. I don't do station wagons very often since 1982 when I was a kid. But it was fun to have that wagon for the week. So what's on deck? Toyota 4Runner coming out soon. I think a couple weeks. I'm flying out to do that. We have XPEL did the whole thing on the truck. It turns out to be about $6,000 job on that. I have that video coming out as soon as they send me some B-roll and stuff like that. I have a bunch of boxes in my garage of parts to put on my Ram RHO. It's 11 degrees this weekend. It's a high both days. So we will see if that gets done. That's pretty cool. What else going on? Just lots of cool stuff. And lots of good discussions on the forum and different forums I'm on as well. I'm pretty much out there, guys, which is pros and cons. So there you go. That's this week's truck news recap. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out other videos up in the channel up over here. Website down below as well, pickuptrucktalk.com. 3 words, pickuptrucktalk.com. Made it easy as I could for you guys. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.